Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and here's a neat little graphic that anybody could draw, and you could do it with a various amount of shapes and a various amount of other circles. And I'm just going to do the 3-part like what I did here, but you can make it 5 or 7 or whatever you wanted. So I just drew an ellipse and hit P, put it in the center of the page. I'm going to take a line and hit P, put it in the center of the page, and I'm going to delete this side of the line using the virtual segment delete key. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another line. I'm going to make a plus key on the keyboard. I'm going to go ahead and have it snap to that side. I'm going to hold down the shift key and select the other line. I'm going to go to effects and blend. And this is where you could change the amount, but I'm just going to have 2. That gives me equal lines. Then what I'm going to do is take this circle, hit the plus key on the keyboard, and I'm going to move it. Well, that didn't work. I need the one-sided line or the 2-pointed arrow. Hit the plus key, see the 2-sided arrow, and go. You don't want the 4-sided. So now you have those parts that are equal. We're going to, well, I don't want to delete that line. I'm going to go to Object, break the blend apart, and I'm going to get rid of these lines. I want this line. Now, this thing is like over 7 inches, so I'm going to set my nudge factor on 9. I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool. I'm going to fill that in. I'm going to click it over twice, click it over once, and then maybe click this one the other way. I'm going to grab my lines and hit delete. I am going to select that and move them, select that and move it, and select this and move it back. I'm just using the arrow keys. Now I'm going to take this first one, I want to make it red. I'm going to take the second, third one and make it red. And you could actually use black, but I'm going to use a white. So now we have 3 different parts. I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to get my shadow tool, and I'm going to go from almost to the edge. You don't want to go at the edge because then you'll have some shadow in the middle. So let's back up here. Let's just move the shadow ever so slightly. We don't want any shadow on this side. Now the white, same thing. Now you can't see it, but we need to go to order, front of page, and there's our shadow. Now when we move this over, the other shadow is gone. So I need to go to Object, Order, Front of Page. Now I have the both shadows. I'm going to Control G to group it. I'm going to Control D to duplicate it. And holding down the control button, I'm going to mirror it over. The shadow's affecting this spot, so I'm going to change my nudge factor like 0.02. And because they're grouped, I can just grab that, and then I'm going to put that right on that line. Now I'm going to take this object, I'm going to go to Group. I'll tell you what, I'm going to ungroup the whole thing. Go to Object, Group, Ungroup, and then I'm going to select just this part. And this time I'm going to use the Interactive Fill tool and just go down and go pretty far, and I'm going to make this a black. So I'm just bringing black in. That gives me a little bit of a shadow. It's way too much. Now what we can do the other side is just take the attribute eyedropper, take a sample of that side and put it on that side. I think it would really look cool, and I really should have done it ahead of time to have more, it looks like, a ball with pieces of paper or whatever coming out at different angles. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.